Types of preferred stocks, part 2. We have seen that there are several features of preference shares which distinguish them from simple preference shares, and we talked about the feature of accumulation and participation. The next two features that we'll discuss in this module are the features of conversion and redemption. Let's first talk about the feature of conversion. The preferred shares which are issued with this feature are termed as convertible preference shares, यानी वो preference shares जिनको किसी और सिक्योरिटी के अंदर convert किया जा सके. Commonly, or in most of the cases, the conversion takes place that the preferred shares are converted into common shares of the company. But there are some terms and conditions. The first one is the time. That is, after how many years the preferred stocks can be converted or will be converted into common shares. The ratio of conversion, meaning that how many common shares will be given to a preference shareholder once the conversion will take place, and this is also a part of the detailed agreement which is there. Options, meaning that at times the issuer gives this option to the shareholders that they may convert their preference shares in common shares after a specific period of time, but they are not bound to convert their shares. Those who convert their shares earlier may get some advantage or disadvantage considering the market prices of preference and common shares, and they have got this choice or option to decide that when they want to convert their preference shares into common shares. Conversion has certain advantages, or we may say that disadvantages. Preference shareholders do not bear a lot of risk, although they get their return from the profit, but their profit is curtailed. Common shareholders are the real risk takers of the company. So when they convert their preference shares in common shares, they move to a different level of risk. They become the true owners of the company when they convert it into common shares, and all the rights which the common shareholders have, they are given to the preference shareholders, but they lose their preferences that they have on the common shares. A very important thing in conversion is the conversion ratio. Again, it is pre-decided and predetermined when the preference shares are issued with a feature of conversion, that how many common stocks or shares will be issued against one preference share when the conversion will take place. Suppose if 5 common shares are to be given against one share, then this 1/5 will be the conversion ratio. Suppose that we have the market price of preference share equal to 100 rupees, or that is the purchase price of that preference share, and the conversion ratio is 5. So what we get here is rupees 20. ये rupees 20 क्या है? यानी इस conversion से इस preference shareholder को एक common share 20 rupees का मिला है. Is it good or bad? That is decided by comparing this value or this amount with the existing market price of the common share. If this common share is selling in the market at 15 rupees, this means that by getting a common share for 20 rupees, the preferred shareholders has got into loss of 5 rupees per share. But if the market price is 23 or more than 20 rupees, the preferred shareholders will get an advantage, let's say of 3 rupees in this case, on every common share due to this conversion. यानी अगर conversion ratio को apply करने के बाद जो price common share की मिलेगी preferred share को, अगर वो market की price से कम है तो उसको एक premium या additional benefit है, और अगर वो ज़्यादा है तो उसको loss है. So this premium is the probable financial gain that the on conversion the preference shareholder will get. Probable इसलिए कि अगर वो उसे मार्केट प्राइस पे बेच देगा तब उसे वो एक्चुअल गेन होगा, और हो सकता है कि जब तक वो बेचने जाए कॉमन स्टॉक की वैल्यू जो है वो फिर ऊपर नीचे हो सकती है। जैसे जैसे मार्केट प्राइस तब्दील होती जाएगी वैसे वैसे प्रेफर्ड शेयर्स के ऊपर जो प्रीमियम मिला है कन्वर्जन में वो भी तब्दील होता चला जाएगा। The last feature that is attached to preference shares is that of redemption or redeemable preference shares. That's what we call them. इनको हम callable preference shares भी कहते हैं, यानी जिसे कॉल किया जा सके, कॉल बैक करके कैंसिल किया जा सके। अगर प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स इशू करने के बाद उसमें ये फीचर मौजूद हो कि कंपनी ऑन फुलफिलमेंट ऑफ सर्टेन टर्म्स एंड कंडीशन कैन रिडीम, टेक बैक और कॉल बैक द प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स, देन दीज आर कॉल्ड रिडीमेबल और कॉलेबल प्रेफरेंस शेयर। किसको रिडेम्पशन का फ़ायदा हो सकता है? यानी अगर मार्केट के अंदर जो प्राइस है वो तब्दील होनी शुरू हो जाए और कंपनी को इसमें फ़ायदा हो कि वो अपने प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स को रिडीम करके नए प्रेफरेंस शेयर इशू कर दें, तो कंपनी यकीनन ऐसा करेगी और उससे कंपनी को फ़ायदा होगा, यानी इशूअर विल बी बेनिफिटेड बाय दैट। एंड इफ द प्रेफरेंस शेयर होल्डर्स actually after redemption get some advantage because of the price in the market, then it will go into their favor. Generally ये जो redemption या कॉल की ऑप्शन है ये मुख्तलिफ तरीके से अप्लाई होती है, यानी कई दफ़ा प्रेफरेंस शेयर जो है वो मुख्तलिफ इंस्टॉलमेंट्स के अंदर कॉल किए जाते हैं और उनकी कॉल प्राइसेस भी डिफरेंट होती हैं। And people are given this opportunity, the preference shareholders, whether they want their shares to be called or not. In some cases, by lottery, they determine that which of the preference shares will be called first and which will be called second. In some cases, the preference shares are issued with a mandatory cause of redemption. यानी उनको बहरहाल एक पॉइंट के ऊपर रिडीम होना है। तो ये रिडेम्पशन की जो क्वालिटी है ये प्रेफरेंस शेयर होल्डर्स के लिए बहुत फ़ायदेमंद नहीं है इफ़ द रिडेम्पशन इज़ टू टेक प्लेस एट द चॉइस ऑफ द इशूअर और द कंपनी। अगर रिडेम्पशन जो है वो शेयर होल्डर की मर्ज़ी और उसके टाइम के मुताबिक होनी है तो शेयर होल्डर को उसका फ़ायदा होता है। सो वी कैन से दैट दीज टू फीचर्स ऑफ कन्वर्जन एंड रिडेम्पशन आर एसोसिएटेड विद preference shareholders, and the advantage or disadvantage of conversion as well as redemption may go to the company or to the preference shareholder.